Hello everyone, welcome in. I hope you all are doing all right. My name is Brianna and this is going to be another message for the collective. I'm just going to tap into the energies to see if we can channel any messages. I hope you guys have been doing all right, taking care of yourselves. This energy has been crazy, bananas. I anticipated that March would be an unpredictable month, right, as far as energy goes, but just me personally, I've been to the top of the mountain of consciousness, right? But I've also been dragged through the valley of shadows, right? It's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. I've been in love, right? I've experienced this beautiful love, but I've also experienced like a really painful heartbreak. And all of this has happened energetically, right? I haven't been anywhere, met any new people. I've just been sitting up in my room like Brandy. Sitting up in my room, experiencing all of this energetically. And all of this has happened just within the last 2 to 3 weeks, this month. So I'm glad that March is coming to an end. I'm glad that eclipse season is coming to its conclusion. My goodness, this energy has been like an emotional roller coaster, and the chaos hasn't stopped, right? The chaos is still spinning, cycling on repeat in the background. The karmics are still being karmic. People are still projecting. That person is still insecure and hateful and projecting that energy. That couple is still sending the evil eye, right? All of that stuff hasn't stopped. It's just that I feel like I've ascended out of caring. I don't care because spirit is like dragging my energy in a new direction. My focus is being pulled in a new direction, and this new direction is love, right? It's these sacred union contracts that are attempting to come together right now. That's been my main focus, even as I've tried to like move around it, ignore it, right? Shut it out, close it out. Like, okay, yeah, but like, what about everything else? Spirit's like, no, this is the path. This is what I want you to focus on. I feel like I mentioned this on the community board like maybe a few days ago. I don't know. I've lost track of time, you guys. But I mentioned that I got a download about ascending out of the lower chakras into the higher chakras, right? Collectively, not even collectively, just like globally, the earth is ascending out of lower densities into higher densities, and as a result we're also ascending out of the lower chakras into the higher chakras. So out of like fear, ego, and like jealousy and fight or flight, survival, lack, we're ascending out of those chakras into the higher chakras. So higher love, creativity, and divine wisdom. And the gateway is through the heart. So these karmics spinning in Karmicville, right? They're going to keep doing their thing. That's what they're programmed to do. That's what they've chosen for themselves. But Spirit is pulling most of us through this heart chakra energy, through this love, so that we can ascend into higher levels of consciousness. So a lot of the readings have been love readings lately. Like I said, even when I try to like move away from it, move around it, Spirit just keeps bringing me back to that, bringing me back to these unions that are coming together. And I think it's because, or I'm pretty sure it's because it's bigger than just two people coming together. When these unions, these divine contracts come together, the product, right, what they create, what these two individuals create together is going to be essential for future collectives, right, future timelines. So even if it's just like the love that they share together, it could be like a legacy or a child as well, but whatever they produce, whatever these individuals produce together, it's going to be essential for collective growth, the continuance of collective growth and evolution. I'm not sure if this is going to be a love reading. I kind of feel like it's going to be about some sort of internal change that we're going through and how this internal change is reflecting outward. Collectively, I feel like we are resolving some sort of internal conflict in a very tangible and grounded way. Okay, I'm gonna start with this deck here. It's very light. We have hope at the bottom of the deck. I'm gonna just pull an overall message just to see what's crowning this reading. I just went on a little tangent there, guys. I hope y'all have been alright. What's up with y'all? What y'all been up to? Okay, Spirit. Let me stop messing around. Spirit, please help me channel clear and concise messages for the collective. What do we need to know? Messages in love for growth and evolution. Please, Spirit. Archangel Michael, thank you for protecting me as I channel messages. Please help me block out any negative interference. What's the overall energy? Agreement, harmony, internal harmony. We've got Libra here too, balance, internal balance. So the card that came out is number 24, agreement. 24 is 6, and 6 is nurturing and balance and harmony and love and service to others. This is like collective community, balance within a collective community. And then we have Libra here. Is that Libra? I feel like it's Libra. The scales of justice. I feel like there's some sort of collective internal balancing going on after an emotional roller coaster. I'm gonna pull some of these cards just to get started, and then we'll use some other decks to clarify. Let me put this over here. I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a good one. Crossing over a finish line, crossing over a threshold, crossing out of one timeline into the next, crossing over into a different realm. Energetic gateway, crossing over into a new realm, crossing through a portal, an energetic portal. Hello, Aries. Aries is like, I'm here. Ancient love story. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anger and hate. Anger and hate. We've got narcissists at the bottom of the deck, second dimension. Someone's in big trouble, guys. Someone's in big trouble because as most of us collectively are working to ascend into higher levels of consciousness, right? Higher levels of conscious existence, we have this other group of individuals who are projecting, right? Projecting anger, hate, jealousy. These people aren't where they want to be in life, so they look at you and they are upset because you're a mirror and you show them where they lack, or they look at you and they see where they could do better, where they can improve, right? And instead of using these energies, right? These are like once in a lifetime energies that are entering the planet, once in a lifetime frequencies, once in a lifetime codes, energetic codes, upgrade codes that are entering the planet, raining down on the planet. And instead of using these energies to improve themselves, right? Improve their situations, alchemize their sadness and internal anger, hatred, alchemize those energies. Instead of using these energies to heal themselves, they're focused on you. So they're missing an opportunity. They're focused on you. They're projecting hatred and anger onto you because they live in a consciousness, they exist in a consciousness of lack. They exist in a consciousness of lack, and they believe that there's not enough, or if I don't have enough, then I am nobody, right? If I don't have this, if I don't have what that person has, then who am I? What am I? So they're in big trouble, right? For interfering, because it goes against cosmic law. They're not only doing this energetically, they're taking like physical actions, right? Spirit knows everything that these people has been doing, and Spirit tells me everything, so I know. Paying for dark magic, right? To try to cause confusion and illusion, to try to trip someone else up on their path. Paying, using their currency to pay for dark magic. But magic is free. White magic is free. Divinity is free. You don't have to pay for it, right? And you get more character points for being divine, right? Using your magic in a divine way to help others, to serve others, to uplift yourself and uplift others as well. You get more character points. Your life force energy increases when you use your magic the right way. But the opposite is also true. When you're in this hatred, right? This anger projecting onto someone else, using your life force energy, spending the currency that is your life force energy to project hate, envy, jealousy onto someone else, your life points, your life force energy decreases. That's why you're sick, right? That's why you're miserable. That's why you're sinking into more of these energies, because karma, everybody's getting what they put out. Everyone's getting what they deserve. Imagine utilizing once in a lifetime. These energies haven't been on this planet, reached this planet in like 100 years, 150 years. These are once in a lifetime light codes, activation codes that you can integrate and intentionally utilize to upgrade your life, right? Upgrade yourself, upgrade your avatar. Imagine missing out on all of that energy because your judgment is clouded by hate, anger, jealousy, and insecurity. So you're just wasting it. Spirit says move on. Okay, I'll move on. Childhood observations and core beliefs. Core beliefs. Sugar and salt look the same. Sugar and salt look the same. We're going to clarify all of these cards. One more, Spirit. Flamethrower. Flamethrower. love and romance. Okay, let's start clarifying. Tell me about anger and hate, Spirit. Tell me about anger and hate. Okay, we got number 27, lead, be the example. The keywords are upright, by the book, virtuous, honorable, respectable. It says one must wear the crown energetically before it materializes. Before one can become a king or emperor, a queen or empress, they must first embody that energy. Be the living example of the energy you aspire to become. Whether for yourself or the collective, take this step. By becoming the example, you inspire others to pursue their truth. Consider the baby souls awaiting their turn to enter Earth. They are watching your journey and learning from your experiences. Give them a remarkable show. Your dedication to honoring your skills, upholding your moral values, and remaining true to yourself is propelling you toward mastery and leadership. Someone may be watching you from afar, admiring your qualities. A new opportunity or promotion may soon be on its way. Okay, so that last part kind of threw me off a little bit. But this card talks about being the example, right? Wearing the crown energetically before the crown appears in reality. So it's like, even through this energy, right? In spite of this energy, this anger and hate being projected, even through this energy, you be an example of, or you embody the energy of who you aspire to be. This is sacred work, right? Some sacred work. Someone may be watching. Divine timing, be prepared. Karmic adjustment. Be prepared for a karmic adjustment. This could be a new role, right? A new position with this lead here. A new position in where you are allowed to express creatively. We've got King of Earth. What is childhood observations and core beliefs? Tell me about release. Spirit said, let it go, let it go. Victory. So maybe, I don't know, maybe you had some hateful parents, some angry parents. Core beliefs, childhood observations. Maybe you, I don't know, inherited some of this. Maybe this was projected onto you. That black sheep energy. I'm seeing the black sheep. Okay. Maybe anger and hatred were projected onto you in your childhood, right? Created some sort of black sheep energy. Spirit says release it, let it go, and love will return. So where are the scales? Oh my goodness. The scales, right? Trading one thing for another, sacrificing one thing for another, right? So release this anger and hatred and replace it with love. Love will return. We have victory, attainment of success, and right behind that we have the Lovers and chosen. Sacred mission. We've got sacred work and sacred mission. I feel like this is I'm stuttering. This is that sacred contract energy that I was talking about. That sacred contract energy, sacred union energy that I was talking about at the beginning. Spirit says victory, attainment of success, release these childhood observations or these core beliefs, this black sheep energy, release it for love. These cards flipped upside down. What is this? What is this? Look, there's the devil. There's the devil around the higher love union. They don't want these unions to come together because the legacies, the energies that these two produce together, it's going to be an example, right? An example of true love, an example of higher love, right? Divine love, and what that love creates with the seed of material creation. These two, when they come together, they're going to birth a whole new world. The current world doesn't want that. Oh well. It says sugar and salt look the same. Glitter, shiny things, love bomb. So what is this energy? This feels like some sneaky fox energy. Sugar and salt look the same. They're the Asians. There they go. There they go. These are too many. I feel like Spirit is saying you're too quick. Too quick? You're ascending too quick. We've got the agents. This is the Matrix, right? Matrix agents, they are the guardians of the Matrix. They are the protectors of the Matrix. And they're not going to show up in suits and sunglasses, right? These are shapeshifters, body hoppers, whoever has a low enough frequency, or whoever has a frequency that aligns with the act that these energies want to carry out, they'll hop into that body. That's why these people are going to see practitioners for dark magic to project onto someone else. They're doing all kinds of weird, crazy things. And then when they're done, they're like, why did I do that? That's crazy. Maybe I took it too far. It's because they've been hijacked by the Matrix. But Spirit says you're too fast with acceleration. We've got transition and then the money tree. You're too fast. You're ascending too quick. Ascending into abundance. What else? Asphodel Meadows. Finish line. Okay, Asphodel Meadows is a neutral period, right? A period of neutrality where things are, I don't want to say smooth and calm because things haven't been smooth or calm. Where things are, it's a period of like study and preparation, right? Study and preparation, integration, working things out internally. Spirit said that's done, that's over with, finish line. But Spirit also wants you to ground and hold your center because something, divine timing is unfolding, right? Divine timing is unfolding. Okay. And there's the black sheep, guys. This is what we're releasing. Okay. I think I got the answer for sugar and salt look the same, but I put the cards back. Okay, let's just do one, okay, Spirit? Tower. Tower is liberation. Oh, man. Tower is liberation, but everything has an opposite, right? There's also going to be some sort of fiery explosion for, okay, Spirit said don't focus on that. Liberation, right? We've got authenticity, original frequency at the bottom. You found yourself with the High Priestess. You found and integrated yourself. If you were lost or if your authenticity was lost, you found it and you've integrated it. We've got flamethrower. Keep the fire burning. Passion, desire, and willpower. Flamethrower, keep the fire burning. Maybe that's related to this tower energy. Zombie. Flamethrower. Oh, okay. This is like torch, right? Torching this mindless reactive behavior. What's the mindless reactive? Well, well, well. Well, well, well. Look who we have here. It's the evil queen. It's the evil queen. This zombie is the evil queen. This distorted feminine energy, this karmic mother or her karmic daughter, right? Distorted feminine energy, flamethrower. Spirit's torching these energies. That's what this tower energy was giving me earlier, right? Because it's liberation. It's liberation. Okay, sugar and salt look the same as giving me polarity, right? So the tower is liberation for those who are aligned with liberation, but it's also destruction and chaos for those who are aligned with it, right? So there's a flamethrower for these these mindless reactive beings, like people who would stoop as low as to spend their life force energy, right? Their energetic currency or even actual money, right? Material money to try to stop someone from stepping into their power. Spirit says enough is enough, right? So this evil queen, there's some sort of karmic adjustment happening. And it's all because you've mastered yourself. With the King of Fire here. Celebration, unplugging from the snakes, breaking up with the snakes, moving away from the snakes. Okay, what else do we have, Spirit? The lovers came back out. Unification. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Acceleration. Transition. Restoration. What's the lovers? What is this? Beyond the veil. Beyond the veil. Beyond the veil. What's the lovers, the high priestess? Should I pull one more card? No. Okay, the lovers, the high priestess. I feel like something's missing here. Illusion. Red flag. Watch carefully. Pay close attention. What's the lovers beyond the veil? The Phoenix. I'm feeling like we've got baby and yang, right? Unification, a new relationship, baby, new, fresh, a new relationship emerging from the subconscious, the shadows, from the shadows. With the phoenix here, I don't know, the unification talks about the purification of parts, right? The Empress and the Emperor separately, they go through a process of purification where they are faced with their fears, right? Their insecurities, and they have to purify those energies, liberate themselves from those energies before they can come together in union. So with the High Priestess here, right? The High Priestess represents subconscious exploration. So maybe both parts, right? Both parts of this counterpart union have done this work, and now they're emerging, resurrecting, emerging from the subconscious. We have Yang action. Yang represents passion, power, drive, and intensity. That's what this flamethrower energy was giving at first, right? Passion, power, drive, and intensity. This is the masculine principle of creation, right? The masculine principle of creation. It says, if you have lost motivation, Yang is the illuminated warrior within, empowering you to charge ahead with unbending emotional conviction. Alchemy at the bottom of the deck, the power to transform. It says you have a supernatural ability to change one thing into another, such as turning darkness into light or transforming an undesirable situation into a more favorable one. Don't hold back. Creation, potential, intention, willpower. Okay. Let's move on to another deck, actually. No, I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to go back to this one. What do we need to know from this deck, Spirit? Tornado. This is more of that tower energy. The tornado is the forceful hand of the divine, compelling us to face the harsh reality of our situations. This is sudden change, and this is devastation. If your foundation has been rocky or false, it's being torn down, cleaned away. This is liberation, aggression. So maybe there's a storm warning for those who have been in this aggressive, hostile behavior. Or maybe this is just a message to release aggression and hostile behavior. It says negative feelings and attitudes towards a person or experience can hinder you from completing a cycle. Negative feelings and attitudes towards a person or experience can hinder you from completing a cycle. Transform your frustration into compassion to liberate yourself from limitations. This is just a reminder to release. If you are harboring any hate or anger, right, you want to release those energies, alchemize those energies, because negative feelings, any feelings, right? It's just a cord. It's an energetic cord that keeps you bound to the person you're feeling about or projecting toward, even if it's just an experience, right? You hate an experience, you want an experience to be over. Try to alchemize those energies. Transform those frustrations into compassion. And that's going to help you liberate yourself from limitations. Thank you, Spirit. Misfit wanted to flip out. Let's just do one more of these. One more, please. Uno mas. Bird, elevated perspective. Okay. The bird represents someone with the insight and wisdom to see beyond surface level appearances and grasp the complete nature of any given situation. So, discernment, use your discernment. Take the higher ground. Elevate your perspective. Keep your perspective. Keep your head in the clouds, right? Past. The past is trying to come back, but their secrets have been exposed, right? They can't come back. The past wants to return. Anything from this deck? Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. This is the love that's returning, right? Release these core beliefs, this black sheep energy, hatred, anger, aggression. Release that. You're trading it in for an Ace of Cups, guys. The Two of Pentacles, integrating change, integrating material change. This could be a choice between the past and the future. Or maintaining the balance, right? As you go through these changes. Staying grounded, balanced as you move through these changes. Eight of Pentacles, there's that sacred work. This is all the hard work that goes into creating change, right? Creating tangible change, creating the life you want to live, creating the reality that you want to exist in. You can be doing this physically or you can be doing this energetically, right? This is all the hard work. The 8 comes before the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles is attainment of success. It's the fruits of all your labor, right? Everything that you've done alone, everything that you did by yourself, you reap those benefits, right? All the hard work. You're rewarded with spiritual and material abundance. Let's do one more. The Four of Pentacles. Strength. We've got strength, and there's that 9 of Pentacles that I was talking about. Strength is, where's that yang energy? Strength is spiritual strength, right? Energetic strength, willpower, it's confidence, it's courage, it's life force energy, right? Everything you need to push through, push forward. I feel like this is a confirmation that you've done it. You've been courageous, you've been strong, you've been brave, right? But you've also been graceful, like water, like the bird, right? And there's that Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's just get a few of these. Sweet love. There's that love, guys. Flirting, innocence, romance, final boss. I talked about this energy on the community board just a little bit. The fear is the final boss, right? It's the ultimate, most powerful enemy that we have to beat if we want to complete the level, if we want to ascend. So maybe there was some fear or just a test, right? An internal test, a final boss energy that you had to beat, we had to beat in order to ascend into this love contract, right? Sweet love, flirting, innocence, and romance. We've got solid foundation. So all this work, this sacred work that was done, it laid a solid foundation, and now your foundation is settling, right? It's settling in. Oh my goodness, we have pleasure and sexual energy. Okay, pleasure and sexual energy. Ultimate pleasure. Fire. Okay. Thoughtful, considerate, and attentive. Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of passion here, right? There may even be some actual tension. Okay, we're just going to leave it there. We're going to leave that there because I don't know how to read that energy. Okay, let's just do a few of these. And someone wants to be thoughtful, considerate, and attentive. Thoughtful, considerate, and attentive. I don't know, that energy comes in and I start giggling and getting all blushy and stuff. Okay, what do we need to know? Just closing messages for it. Closing messages, please, for the collective. Thank you so much for supporting me. What is this? The Hierophant, the Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Swords, and the Five of Cups. There are lots of energies on these cards, and my mind is already spinning around trying to interpret them. So let's just do one at a time. Just one at a time. Please. Okay, we've got the second ray. The second ray is love and wisdom, divine love. The principle of unity, compassion and understanding, love, empathy, magnetism, divine understanding. There's some epic love coming in, some sweet love, right? Innocent, romance, divine love. This unification lovers card is the principle of unity, right? The masculine and feminine counterparts coming together as one. It creates divine love. Okay, just one more. I know I keep saying one more. Just one more, please. What is that? Upper realm, the higher mind, the higher self, authenticity, divinity, connection, intuition. Divinity, connection, intuition. This is giving angel realm. The angel realm, this could even be like your higher mind guiding you, but I'm getting like this union. These unions are going to be blessed by the divine, devotion and idealism. The sixth ray, a strong commitment to a higher purpose. This is marriage. A strong commitment to a higher purpose, selflessness, loyalty, and the desire to serve others. Noble, upright, tender. Single-minded devotion. This is marriage. There's a marriage coming together, or maybe many marriages coming together. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one.